What's up, traders? This is Vee Trades, and today we'll be doing a technical analysis breakdown for strategy B with the ticker symbol MSTR. I will first be going over what I see in the daily chart and finish the video off with the weekly chart. This video is for entertainment purposes only. Please trade at your own risk. So I'm going to give you guys an analysis of the long-term chart because I don't really look at it that much throughout the week, but now is a good time to go over it and also a little bit about the fundamentals of strategy. So on the daily chart, the technicals still look promising. However, it is still in bearish territory. There was this down-sloping trend line right over here, and if you angle it out as shallow as possible, we're starting to pierce through that line, which is a good sign. But we need to see it get back above that 315, 320 level because that was tested as prior resistance. Previously, it was support. You see that it was support here, over here, a couple more times here, and a couple more times here. And then price broke through it on the 21st of February. And when price came back up, it found resistance off of that horizontal level. And then it sent price back down to the 235 level, 230 level. And then now we just saw bounce up higher. So we want to see strong buying continue. You don't want to get too excited just yet because there's still a resistance level in the way, especially with Bitcoin a little bit down today. I'll go over Bitcoin's chart just briefly in a second here. We need this to continue to show signs of strength to the upside. It is breaking that downward sloping trend line, which is a good sign, but we want to see it decisively break through this horizontal level of 315, 320. So right now we are finding support off of a measure move target, a double bottom, and these can lead to a reversal. So that's everything I see on the daily chart. It looks promising, but we need to see continued buying throughout this week and into even April. Let's take a look at the weekly chart. This is the long-term picture on the log scale. And let's start off with a channel. We can start off with a trend line. So you can see that price is staying above this bullish trend line, which is a good sign. And then price came back to the second bullish trend line and it's maintaining support above it. And you can see that we're finding wicks off of the candle, which are just rejections. So price came down on the week of February 24th, got rejected, sent price up just slightly. And there was a lot more buying on the week of March 3rd. And there was a lot of buying as well on the week of March 10th. So again, these are bullish candles, except for the first week. So overall, it looks like we are finding rejection off of this trend line, which is a good sign. But we need to see it continue to move up higher, right? You don't want to just see one candle. You want to see multiple green candles off of a potential strong level. So overall, long-term picture still looks good as of right now. And let's take a look at some measure move targets. This is all one large leg right here. If you drag this arrow over, this is the second leg up. The target was met and exceeded. So that means that there's a good chance that price is going for a bigger leg up now. So now you can combine the first two legs together. You drag this leg up, and that's targeting right around the $2,300 level. You can also look at this measure move right over here. This is all one large leg right here. Second leg up, and that's targeting right around the $1,500 level. So 1,500 and then 2,300 are my targets long term. And then I have another target as well. Let's take a look at the monthly chart. That's even higher, which is $4,000. And how did I get to that target? Well, I used a measure target. So we have one leg up right here. And this basically predicted the peak of 2021. So we have one leg up right here, second leg up, and right across the tip of this arrow, basically price topped out right around that low $100 level. Back here in 2021, led to a sell-off, and now we're still going up higher. So if we're still going up higher, that tells me that we're going for a larger measured leg up, one leg up right here, second leg up, right at the same place as the other arrows, and this is right around the $4,000 level. So this is give or take, a couple $100, but right around $4,000 would be the next potential long-term target. I don't know if it'll happen this year. I was expecting it to happen this year, but the price needs to get a move on because it's already almost April. So March is almost over. It's halfway done. Looking for maybe a blast up on April. So again, we haven't seen anything yet. This thing can literally go vertical as it did back over here in the dot-com bubble. Also over here in 2020 into 2021, and maybe in from 2025 into 2026. So let's see if that happens or even sooner. but that is my long-term target. And you can also use another technical tool, which are channels. So we have a channel off the swing lows. You drag it up to the highs. That fits really good right there. But since we shot right through it, there's a good chance that maybe either we shot right through it and we're gonna fail and come back down quite a bit of ways, or price is just doubling the channel, which I think we're doing, and we're going for the top side of the new channel, which makes the price target higher now. So again, let's see if we can get up to the $4,000 level by the end of this year. Again, it needs to get a move on, but there is room to the top side of the channel if we have doubled it, which looks like we have been doing. We pulled back right to the dotted line or the dashed line, which was the prior high of the channel. So there's a good chance that if this is successful, we do see a huge move up towards the high 3,000, low $4,000 level. So that's all I have for the technicals for MSTR on the daily and weekly chart. Again, don't get too excited. I mean, this thing has been known to just kind of just chopping back and forth, especially recently. And let's take a look at Bitcoin's chart real quick on the Bitfinex chart. And this is the chart that I look at practically every day. You can see that we have a trend line working our way up off the swing lows. However, on the swing highs, we have a trend line working our way down. Let's go back to the regular scaling. So we have a trend line working up, trend line working down, and we're getting pinched between the two trend lines. We're compressing once again, and we're not really seeing strong buying off of this level at the $77,000 level. So maybe price is not trying to go down. Maybe it's trying to do one more last dump and then a reversal, or maybe this is just a fake out, taking his time before we rally as well. So either one can occur. I'm not expecting price to crash down. I don't think we have topped. This is just very little from the prior peak. I mean, like prior peak is like right over here, and this is all Bitcoin does after basically almost 4 years. I don't think so. Again, things can change, but as right now, we need to see invalidation of this downward sloping trend line and price getting back above the $92,000 level for Bitcoin for me to be really bullish long term, right? In the short term, I'm really bullish long term, but in the short term, it's still kind of in the bearish territory. So sell that for Bitcoin, and again, this is probably gonna have some effect on MicroStrategy. I want to go over their Bitcoin purchases. Currently, they hold about 499,000 Bitcoins or Bitcoin. And the last time they bought was February 24th of 2025. So it's almost a month. So maybe this week they will buy some Bitcoin, especially after filing this 21 billion strike at the market program back on March 10th. So with this, the proceeds are going to be allocated to general corporate purposes, including the acquisition of Bitcoin and funding for capital needs. So let's just say they buy $5 billion worth of Bitcoin at $85,000 on average. Let's just say they buy it at $85,000. That means that they will have exceeded the prior amount held as the record of Bitcoin purchase back here on November 25th, 2024. They bought, let's see, they were able to buy 55,500 Bitcoin at about, what is this, $5.4 billion. So if they buy $5 billion worth now, and since the price is a lot less than it was, in back in November, they bought it at $97,000. If they buy right now, they will be able to acquire 58,823 Bitcoin. So that would be a new record with less money they did back here in November. So that's just with 5 billion. So they took out a $21 billion program, right? I don't know if they get it all at once or however all this works, but let's just say they do 5 billion. Then obviously they're going to add another about 60,000 Bitcoin to their holdings, which will bring them up to about 560,000 Bitcoin, which is already like 10 times more than the second best, which is Mara Holdings. And after that, it's Riot at 18,000 and Tesla at 11,000 and CleanSpark at 11,000. So obviously they're going to continue to dominate in the marketplace. Can you imagine what company is dominating this much in their products that they offer, right? Is it Apple? I mean, you have Samsung. I mean, Samsung's a very big competitor, internationally, Asian markets. Typically, most people have iPhones in the United States. That's what I've noticed. Mostly internationally, people use Androids and stuff. Um, Even Samsung, in Korea. But what else is dominating, right? Even Tesla has a bunch of other EV companies, Rivian, other like American manufacturers. So no one's really dominating. I don't think anyone's really dominating any specific sectors. But MicroStrategy is dominating the Bitcoin Treasury list. So it's just they're going to be first place. Anybody buying Bitcoin is going to pump up their bags as well. So it's just once you're ahead, you basically stay ahead as long as you don't screw up. So pretty sure they're going to be buying sometime this month. I can just feel it. I think they're going to try to buy a good amount. And right now is a good time to buy as well for them because Bitcoin is depressed as of right now for price. But again, long term, the vision stands. Would you rather hold cash that continues to erode over time on your balance sheet, or do you want to convert it to something that's not you cannot debase over the long term? It's a fixed supply. It gets harder to mine every 4 years. More and more people are going to want to hold it because it solves a problem that they have, the problem of holding their money eroding over time. That problem affects everyone in the entire planet. Your money will continue to erode over time if you do not hold it in a asset that will, go against the financial system, the continued debasement of the fiat currency. So you could choose to hold it in real estate, which historically has been really well, but now we have Bitcoin, which can outpace even real estate and make real estate prices come down. Because let's say your house is worth 5 Bitcoin now, well, in the future it's not going to be worth 5 Bitcoin. It's going to be worth less, maybe zero point 0.1 Bitcoin, maybe zero point 0.2 Bitcoin. So it will continue to drop in price relative to Bitcoin. So Bitcoin, even gold will probably continue to drop relative to the price of Bitcoin. So all things will probably fall relative to Bitcoin. MicroStrategy understands that. Michael Saylor understood that back in 2020, and they continue to double down on that. And most likely, it will pay out big, big time. So all that for MicroStrategy and the daily weekly charts. See you guys tomorrow. This is Vee Trades. Thank you for your time.